Who's the guy right behind you? Feynman?
Yeah, it's another physicist actually. Yeah, a Russian one. Landau is his name, pretty famous here. Also Nobel Prize winner.
Okay.
And
So let's wait until people can hear us here.
Who is that guy on the left? It's Satoshi Nakamoto. Actually.
Okay.
Wait.
Satoshi.
Yeah, this guy. So
yeah, maybe in a couple more years, your picture will be up there.
Oh, I don't really know. Okay. Yeah. So let's start.
Okay. Let's just okay. So we got confirmation that people can hear us and see us and everything. So I just want to introduce everyone here, guys. This is Tai Zen. With me today, I have the Honorable Grandmaster, legendary LeonFu.com, the great oracle of cryptocurrency.
Hey guys.
You know, one of our subscribers asked us to refer to you as the Chuck Norris of crypto. The Chuck Norris of crypto. And then with us also, we have a very special guest, Sasha Ivanov, the founder and CEO of the Waves platform, and he's broadcasting from you're broadcasting from Moscow, Russia, right, Sasha?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, and so say hello to everyone, Sasha.
Yes, it's nice to be here. So as I just told, it's been a year since we first talked on his channel. So it's an anniversary. It's a great thing. I'm really happy to be here. Yeah. And I've seen you in Munich. It was a really nice meet up there, and I was really glad to see him again.
Yeah, it was great to finally meet you in person.
So what was the first impression when Sasha, when you met the Honorable Grandmaster LeonFu.com?
Yeah, to be honest, I didn't recognize you immediately.
I was a bit jet lagged in Munich. I was actually like fallen asleep for half the conference because you know, I had a really, and it's too bad. I wanted to go to the after party, but I was just, you know, after the conference was over, I just went back to my hotel and just crashed.
You're a party pooper, man.
Yeah, I was a party pooper.
So
yeah, because I had just flown in the night before.
You get a nice conference. Yeah, nice thing. I like it. So many familiar faces. I've seen many people that I hadn't seen before, and it was really glad. I was really glad to see you, Leon.
Yeah, cool. Nice. Same here. Same here.
Yeah, you get to meet Sasha Ivanov, the CEO and founder, the Tsar of crypto out of Russia.
The Tsar.
That's unacceptable. The Tsar of crypto, man. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
You know, so okay, so this is going to be our anniversary update for the Waves platform, guys. We've been getting a ton of requests from viewers and investors and people holding Waves tokens because our video with you last year got a year ago when you had your ICO, your initial coin offering. We're getting a ton of requests, and just to be fair, guys, Sasha has not been avoiding us or anything. We have just been, it's been scheduling issue. We tried to do an update last year during the fall, but a hurricane hit where I was living. So I was busy, you know, trying to avoid the hurricane and did not have time. And then we tried to schedule several more updates with Sasha. And each time it was on our side that we couldn't get the updates out. So just so, because a lot of people thought that, you know, you did not want to come on the show again to update everyone. So I just want to let everyone know that, okay? So, all right, so we're gonna get started here. We got less than an hour here. So I'm gonna let Leon start off. He's gonna cover some of the fundamental updates with you, ask you some questions about the fundamentals on the Waves, and then I'll go into the trading and the price and stuff like that. So go ahead, Honorable Grandmaster.
So I'm going to summarize what I know, Sasha, and then maybe you can comment on it and add to what I know. I know that you know, after we interviewed you, you had, I would say, the largest crowd sale ever after Ethereum. Let's not count the DAO since that blew up, right? But you know, you got a lot of money from the community. And I see that you've been working really hard. You've gotten a lot of stuff out. I know that you've gotten the Fiat gateways running. You have a prototype of your decentralized exchange running on the testnet, right?
No, it's on the mainnet. No, it's working.
It's working now. Okay. Okay.
No, you can trade there. So I think
you can trade there. I know you have the token issuance platform, and I know that a few projects are issuing their tokens on the wave, such as Incent. I know Mobile Go is going to be issuing on the Waves farm. I think that's going to be a big one. And you have maybe you can also explain to me what the Waves community token, because I really don't see the point of that. So I'd like you to comment on that. Yeah, off the top of my head, that's what I think I know at the moment that you've accomplished, which is good. Would you like to add anything about that? Like, what is the Waves community token? What, oh, you got the Bitcoin gateway working too, so we can move Bitcoins over Waves and actually deposit Bitcoins on the Waves platform and trade them and move them and withdraw them out. Yeah, go ahead. Why don't you update? Why don't you add to that as to anything I've missed or elaborate on that?
It's correct, more or less. So it's a great general overview. So what we have now, we have a working decentralized exchange where you don't have to leave your wallet in order to trade all the assets. So basically, I think that is a revolution, because you don't really need a centralized exchange any longer, because you can do all the trades in your wallet, and it's fast. It's quite fast. You can run bots there, it's not a problem. So you can trade anything. You can trade Bitcoin against Waves, you can trade Bitcoin against Ethereum in near future when we have Ethereum tokens.
Okay, so I can tell you what I see the problem with that. Traders want liquidity. And just because you can do it, how, you know, I haven't looked at the volume or the order books on Waves yet, but I suspect that it's definitely not Poloniex, so you can't trade as
because we were 2 weeks ago. So.
Yeah, exactly. So how are you going to get traders to because you need liquidity? Traders want trade.
Heavy marketing, market making. So we are getting down to it. So we were waiting for the proper interfaces, because when you have the backend and you don't have a nice front end, nobody's going to use it. You need to have a nice front end. So we are finishing with the front end. It's working now. We should add some features like charting and some, like, you know, more usable trading interface like Poloniex has. So it should look like a centralized exchange, exactly, more or less. And then people are gonna come, because you have very many benefits there, because you don't need to trust anybody with your money. It's a big thing, I think. So you just need to install the wallet, you keep your fund there, and you can trade directly from the wallet. You don't have to send your tokens to any centralized party.
Okay, does it cost anything? Is it free, or is it cheaper than Poloniex? Like, what's the trading cost?
So a trade costs like you have to pay a very small fee. It's like how many cents? It's like you can do, for example, 300 trades for 1 Waves. So you know, so you pay 50 cents for 300 trades, or $1 for 1,000 trades.
$1 for 1,000 trades. Okay, that is cheap. Yeah.
Very cheap. Yeah. So very cheap, and you don't run any counterparty risk, because you don't trust your funds with the centralized part. And
but don't you trust the gateway? I mean, isn't the gateway?
Yeah, you trust. You have to trust, because when you deal with Bitcoin or Fiat, you have to trust it. You don't trust anybody when you trade, for example, Waves against some token on Waves. So,
but you still trust the counterparty, like the Bitcoin. You have this gateway, like a Bitcoin gateway. You're still trusting the gateway to actually give you the Bitcoins.
Okay, so before you guys get too far into the gateway, Leon, can you explain, or Sasha, can you explain how the gateway works? I mean, how is it that I'm able to send a Bitcoin into the Waves platform, and then it changes for Ethereum, or let's say, for example? So can you just explain that?
It's not trustless. You have to trust the gateway. So for Bitcoin, you can't have any kind of trustless solution at this stage. Maybe we'll have some like trustless solution in some time. But for now, we have that approach that Ripple introduced, when you have trusted gateways that keep your funds. So, but it's better, for example, than Poloniex or any other exchange, because you can track what coins they actually have. You can ask the gateway to show all the balances. Because, for example, Bitcoin gateway has to hold your Bitcoin, and you can ask the gateway to publish all the accounts, all the addresses. So you can track if the gateway actually has the Bitcoin. So you can do without a trusted party here. But once you trust the party, well, once you trust the gateway, all the rest is trustless. All the trading is trustless, because you don't have to send your Bitcoin tokens to anybody else. So you have to have this classical Ripple-like infrastructure of gateways, but otherwise it's completely trustless.
Okay, so when I send, let's say that I want to send, let's say that Leon and I are making a trade on your Waves platform, right? The Waves decentralized exchange. When I send one, let's say that I send one Bitcoin in, and I want to get the Ethereum that Leon is offering on the Waves platform. When I send my Bitcoins in, where is it sitting at? And when he sends his Ethereum in, where is it sitting at?
So it's sitting at the Decentralized gateway. So in some cold wallet, for example, they have a hot wallet and they have a cold wallet, and they distribute the funds between them. So it's in this respect, it's traditional, yes. But you have to trust the gateways still. Yeah, but there is a way to do some kind of trustless trading when you trade Waves against some token on Waves. For example, you do an ICO and you have a token on Waves. And this token can be traded in a completely decentralized and trustless way. When you trade this token against Waves, and there is no gateway, involved in this. So you have to trust some centralized party still if you want to trade Fiat or Bitcoin or Ethereum for now. But maybe in future there can be some solutions where you can have some trustless gateways with side chains. I've been talking to one of our researchers today. There are some very interesting directions here when we can do some kind of side chains solution, and we'll probably gonna pursue it in some time. But for now, we should move in smaller steps, and I think this ability to trade your tokens, assets in a trustless way is a great thing. Nobody had it. NXT had it, BitShares, but we can offer a faster interface, faster trading. You can run bots. You have Fiat right into the wallet, right into the client. You don't need to go outside. You can stay inside the system, and you have everything. You have Fiat, you have Bitcoin, you have other cryptocurrencies, and you have the decentralized exchange. So you can stay inside. You can do all you need inside the Waves ecosystem. I think it's great because no system has offered anything similar before.
Okay, I got a question about the fiat gateways. You mentioned to me in Munich that U.S. dollars or euros. You have if I have a bank account, let's say I have U.S. dollars sitting at my bank. Can I get U.S. dollar tokens onto Waves? What bank are you using, and what's the banking relationship that you have to do that?
Yeah, it's going to be announced next week. So we have a dedicated company that is providing the service to us, and they are working with a Czech bank, a bank in the Czech Republic, that is processing the transactions. So they have a license, financial license, which enables them to do it legally.
Okay, so I would do KYC with this Czech bank, or I would just tell my bank to do a wire transfer to this Czech bank.
KYC is proper KYC. Yes, you have to do the KYC. You have to go through KYC, online KYC. We are working with a couple providers of KYC solutions where you have to show your passport and you have to get verified in order to be able to work with the gateway. So you can send the transfer, but if you don't go through the KYC, your transfer will be sent back to you. So you have to go through the KYC and AML procedures, of course, because our goal is to be completely compliant. So if you want to go mainstream, you have to be compliant. You have to really obey the law. You have to work with the regulators. So that's what we're going to do.
Okay.
Everywhere we work, including Russia, because we work in with local regulators a lot, because there's some attempt to have a cryptocurrency law here, a special law dedicated to cryptocurrency, and we are working with the regulators to actually shape that law to make it like useful for the community.
So just real quick, just so I can understand this. So when I'm trading my Bitcoins for some Ethereum on the Waves platform, do you have access to send the Bitcoins in? Do you have access to it, or just the gateway has access to it? Or
Gateway. Yeah, for now we support. There was a Coinomat service that I started, and it was actually faded out for some time.
Just so people know, that when you started the Coinomat, that was the first instant exchange. That was the first quote unquote shapeshift before they took over.
It's verifiable. You can just check it on Google. So it was the first service.
Yeah.
Instant cryptocurrency exchange, and then Shapeshifter came and they were more successful. But now some other services come. For example, I can't advertise, but probably it's not a problem. Changelly, for example, they added us. Shapeshift is in the process of adding us. Changelly.com, it has already added us, and it has actually.
Another question I have, Sasha, is originally for a long time, only you were running the Waves nodes. Can anyone now run a Waves full node?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, so it's fully decentralized now? Is your code base?
Since November last year.
Since November. All right, cool. So anybody can now start a Waves full node and process the transactions in a decentralized way. All right.
Yeah, because people are interested in this. I think we offer some incentivization scheme when we, on top of transaction fees, we send miner reward token to the miners, and it will be later. For now, it doesn't have a usage, but it will have a usage. Miners will be able to vote with it. Also, with Waves community token, you'll be able to vote for some solutions, some decisions that are made on the Waves platform. So this is a goal. And for example, mining thing, miners reward token. How can you use it? Waves is the only system where you can pay the fees in your own tokens. You can issue a token and offer the miners to accept the fees in this token. No other system has this. So miner reward token is some way to reach out to miners. For example, you issue your token and you send some bonus in this token to the miners, to the holders of the miner token. And in this way, you draw attention to this token, and miners start accepting your token as a fee, as some kind of fees for the process.
So you're gonna start issuing another token to reward people running full nodes.
It's already
there. Okay.
Yeah. So we launched it a couple of weeks ago, and it is distributed daily based on the actual mined blocks. So if you're a full node miner, you receive each day some asset, which is called miner reward token, MRT. And this token is going to be used for incentivization. So if you wanna have your token be accepted as fees, you just send to the holders of miner reward token some bonus, and through this you draw attention to yourself, and miners, oh, it's interesting, so I'm going to accept it as fees. So in principle, you don't even need Waves to work on Waves. Waves ecosystem. You can make an application, for example, mobile application, where you don't have Waves at all. So you just have this your custom token, and all the transactions are made using your custom token. So I think it's pretty neat, pretty cool.
Okay, so I want to make this clear. So what does it take to run the Waves node? Because I saw you tweet out a bunch of stuff in the last few months, and you were encouraging people to run a full node to secure the Waves network. Is there a video tutorial, or what are the requirements? What are the computer requirements, or is there? I know, like in the Stratus platform, they require like 250,000 strats or something like that in the account in order to run a node. And then I think Dash has I forget how many Dash tokens you need to run a node. Is Waves the same way?
you need 1,000 dash, 1,000 dash. So it's like $50,000 at the moment. You need $50,000 to run a full node in Dash. So it's pretty steep, I think. So you need 10,000 Waves tokens in order to be able to run Waves node. 10,000. So it's about $5,000 now. But you can also do it without running a node. You can profit from mining without running a node because we have leasing transaction. It's working already. You can lease your funds to miners. You can just send your funds without losing the control over your funds to miners. So you just lease your funds out to a miner, and he or she uses your funds to mine, and it just shares the profits with you. So it's a very neat system. It was implemented in NXT first, and we had some other implementation. But I think it's pretty cool because you don't need to run your own node to profit from the mining. You just have some balance, you lease it to a miner who advertises the services. So you just receive some profit. It's very cool.
Okay. So that means that there's feedback from somebody. So I have a question about that. So NXT, because you came from the NXT community, you saw that they were leasing tokens to other NXT members, and then you can mine because they have a proof of stake system. So you can loan your tokens to someone else, and they can use the tokens to mine, and then you share in the rewards for it. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's just say that I would rather, instead of holding my tokens, I would rather send it to Leon and loan it to him. And let's just say that I don't know him and he's just a stranger. If I loan it to him, is there a chance that he can steal those Waves tokens out of my account?
No, he can. For example, he might fail to pay you the profits, from money, your share, but you don't lose the control of your funds. So you just lease the funds, but the funds are in your wallet. So you can, at any time, you can send them to some other miner or just cancel your transaction. So you retain full control over your funds at all times. So this is the idea here. So you just lease, you just enable the miner to use your funds to mine, but you don't send them the actual funds. So the miner just shares the profits from mining with you without having actual control over your funds.
Okay, so the other question, because I use BitShares. I used BitShares before. So if I'm sending it in and they have this token system, what makes the Waves exchange different or better than BitShares? Why don't I just stay with using BitShares? If it seems to me from the outside, it seems like it works the same, Sasha. So what is the advantage for me to leave the BitShares platform and go use the Waves exchange platform?
We have integrated fiat tokens. Also, I suppose that our exchange is going to work faster, much faster than BitShares, and you don't need to pay to move your order, because in BitShares, or for example, if you want to implement a system in Ethereum, you have to pay for each order. When you just move your order, you have to cancel the order, pay for it, and then move it, and then pay for it again. In our system, you don't need to pay. You pay only when the order is actually executed. In the NXT system, you have to pay for each operation. For example, you send the order to the NXT exchange, you pay. You cancel the order, you pay. In our system, you pay only when the order is actually executed.
Okay, so from a trading perspective, let me just clarify that for the audience so they know, in case they're not active traders like myself and Leon, so they understand what the advantage of that is. So on platforms such as BitShares, on decentralized exchanges such as BitShares and BitSquare, right? Every time we put an order out there, if it doesn't get filled, so let's say I want to sell Bitcoins at $1,250. And I wait and 2-3 hours go by and nobody takes my order, I want to reduce the $1,250 down to $1,249. Every time I remove that order and change the price of it and resubmit the order, the system charges me a fee. And so if I'm constantly changing orders, I have to constantly pay a fee just to update the order to a different price. And what you're saying is that on the Waves exchange platform, you don't have, there is no fees for that. You can update your orders at any time. So if you're only making 1 or 2 or 3 trades, it's not a big deal. You won't even notice the cost of those fees. But if you are a bot trader or an algorithmic trader and you are constantly updating your prices hundreds of times a minute, that saves you a ton of money. So it's more beneficial to do your trading on the Waves platform than it is to do it on the BitShares or the BitSquare platform. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly. So you don't have to pay when you do the market making, for example, because for example in Ethereum you have a reversed incentive scheme. When you take the liquidity out from the market, you pay less than if you do the market making, because my maker fee is always smaller than the taker fee. But in such systems as Ethereum, it's the other way about. Market making costs you more than market taking. So and you need to be able to trade efficiently and in a cheap way. That's what we are providing actually. You pay only when your order gets executed. You don't pay when you just put the order to the exchange.
Yeah, I actually like that because I have friends who are they're algorithmic traders and they make a bunch of trades and they change the orders constantly. Like if you go to Coinbase and you look at their GDAX platform, the trades are constantly being updated like this. And if you have to pay a fee every time your price updates, because you have a strategy that trades a certain way, that's going to cost too much, and you will not be able to trade on there. So I'm glad to see that there's no cost there. Okay, so
okay, go ahead, Kai. I have a question.
Go ahead.
The other question, I think that what you wanted to, what the whole main goal of Waves, besides the trading, is also token issuance, right? Remember last year we said that was one of the major goals, and I see that you now have a lot of ICOs being issued on Waves now, just like Ethereum. We know Ethereum is for smart contracts, but I think 90% of the use cases right now is just issuing more tokens for raising money. So let me ask you this: if I'm doing an ICO, why should I issue my token on Waves instead of Ethereum? Why should I use Waves over Ethereum right now?
It's strange, because just if you just want to use a token as a token, you don't need to use Ethereum because it's done in a pretty complicated way there. Most people don't use the smart contract functionality in Ethereum. They just issue some token based on ERC22 protocol, but
ERC20.
or 21, sorry. But they don't use the full functionality of Ethereum. Yeah, because it's pretty hard to use it in the first place, because it's not so easy, and when everybody is trying, we'll start using the full capacity of Turing completeness of Ethereum. There's going to be some serious scalability issues. So if you just need to issue a token, you don't need Ethereum actually, So because you can issue a token in a mobile application and Waves, it's like it takes you 2 seconds exactly, and you have your own token. You don't need a fancy contract. You just issue your token in a mobile application. So it's easier actually in Waves, and it's cheaper at this stage also because you have pretty high Ethereum price at the moment. So it's more costly than in Waves. And in Waves you have integrated Bitcoin integrated fiat tokens. So in principle, you can do all your ICO without leaving Waves client. You can just issue your token and sell it at ICO price for Bitcoin, for fiat, for Waves. So it all can be done within one ecosystem. You don't need to leave your Waves client. So we want to provide a solution where you have everything in one place.
Okay, so I can, for example, let's say we're in the United States and I need US dollars because I can actually issue my own token on Waves and get US dollars, let's say, and then once I get those USD tokens, I can then go to the gateway and get US dollars for the tokens that I've issued.
Yeah, with proper
KYC, of course, which I would do if I started a company and you know, I would have KYC then. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
I can see
so
that. Yeah.
Okay, so let me make sure I understand this clearly and the audience understands this clearly, right? So let's just say that, you know, Leon and I, you know, once we get together, the right engineering team, the software engineering team, and we want to run an ICO, right? We want to do an ICO just like you did last year. You know, you had the second highest crypto ICO in crypto history, right? So let's just say that we want to do an ICO, and we see that Vitalik and the Ethereum Foundation, or Charles Hoskinson and the Ethereum Classic team, you know, they already have their blockchain established and everything. What's the advantage for us to do the ICO on Waves? Why don't we just go do it on the Ethereum blockchain? Because everybody feels comfortable with it, everybody's familiar with it, and everybody knows it, right? The Waves tokens are traded on, I mean, the Ethereum tokens are traded on Poloniex. There's a lot of liquidity.
There's trading everywhere. Yeah, yeah.
So all the environment is ideal for us to do our ICO on the Ethereum blockchain. What is the advantage for us to go do it on the Waves platform?
Very many small advantages, which adds up to probably a sizable advantage. You know, for example, you don't need to talk to any exchange. Yeah, because if you just wanna sell your tokens and have them traded, you don't need to talk to anybody. You can trade them directly in the wallet. It's cheaper. It's much cheaper than Ethereum, like from many points of view. You have integrated fiat. It's easier to understand for many people. So most people don't get smart contracts. You should really realize that most people don't really understand how Ethereum works, unfortunately. And you have many benefits here. One of the most important here is you don't need to talk to centralized exchanges about listing your token. So you have this right in your client. You don't need to ask anybody to list your token. Yeah, if it has some value, people will buy it. You don't need to go through some, you know, some strange procedures. For example, as you know, it might be pretty complicated with exchanges. They don't offer some like clear guidelines when they want to list your coin. And here you don't need to ask for listing. You can issue a token right in the. You can sell it, and so you have your ICO like right inside your wallet. You don't need to leave your wallet. You don't need to talk to any exchanges. It can be done. All can be done inside the Waves ecosystem. The whole ICO and the trading too.
Okay, so basically, one of the biggest problems that we've had, and from a trader's perspective and investor's perspective, well, we believe that one of the if the Waves tokens were listed on a high liquidity exchange such as Poloniex, there would be more people trading it, and the price would be a lot higher by now. But for some reason, they won't list it. Right?
Yeah, like 85% liquidity is at Poloniex now. It's not a problem, you know. So I can admit that. So if you want to have your coin pumped, so you need to go to Poloniex. But our price is rising like more slowly but more steadily. So we don't have this market manipulation, and it's not a bad thing in my opinion. Yeah, if we can the price slowly, it's okay. If it's gonna be like it's gonna cost like 3 times as much in half a year, it's not gonna be a bad thing. We don't have any volatility in Waves tokens. If you look at our price, it's very stable. You know, we have a stable coin in a way. You know, stable coin. Yeah. So the thing when we provide some way to have a stable price for a token, but Waves is a stable coin. You know, in and of itself because.
So what you were saying, Sasha, is that you know for a new team starting a new project or a new ICO, it's easier to do it in the Waves platform when they issue their tokens because they don't have to deal with trying to get listed on the exchange like Poloniex or Bittrex or any of that. It's already listed there. So as soon as they finish doing the ICO, they can issue the tokens to all the people that participate, the participants, and the participants can start trading it immediately on the Waves platform.
Absolutely. Yeah, you just go there. You have everything you need at your hands, at your disposal. So you issue the token, you sell it to people, and you trade it. You have it traded, so you don't need to go through any hoops because you have everything at your disposal.
Okay, so that's one advantage of using the Waves platform to issue your ICO. If we were to do an ICO, we can do it there, issue the tokens, and people can start trading it immediately. And
Sure.
you also said that what Leon said was that it gives you an advantage also because it has a US dollar, a fiat gateway, where after we raise the tokens, we can actually exchange it, and as long as we comply with the Russian anti-money laundering and know your customer laws, then that means that we can get it out in fiat.
Yeah, it's not Russian, it's international law. So
okay.
Not like international company. Most of the programmers, of the coders are based here, but we of course work everywhere. So, for example, now probably I'm going to have a Swiss foundation. So I'm going to go to Switzerland, to Switzerland, and we are launching a centralized platform for private equity and for custom application tokens. And we are working with Singapore authorities to do this. So we're going to be in Switzerland as Waves, and the new platform, the name is tokenomica.com, is going to be launched in Singapore. So we work with regulators worldwide in order to make our system compliant and really widespread, and to really go to mainstream, to really achieve mainstream adoption. We need to work with regulators, and that's what we are doing now.
Okay, so that's okay. Is there any other advantages of people running an ICO on?
We can help with marketing for some ICOs, of course, if for some interest in ICOs. We have a pretty big ecosystem now, and people probably are going to invest in you. And also, if you issue your token on Waves, you can still have your token on Ethereum. There is a working gateway between Ethereum and Waves. So you can have your token on Waves, and then you can transfer it to Ethereum token.
Yeah, can you talk a little bit about that, Sasha? Because Mobile Go is happening in a few days,
Sure.
and that's going to be both on Waves and Ethereum. And can you talk about they have this something they call a dual blockchain technology, is what they're talking about, where they have 100 million Mobile Go tokens that are going to be issued, but they can transfer between the Waves blockchain and the Ethereum blockchain. Exactly. Can you tell us so they're trying to be both, right? They're trying to have a Mobile Go token that for the Ethereum users, they can trade, they can move Mobile Go tokens on Ethereum, but they can then also move it to the Waves, move that token to Waves, or vice versa. And can you explain how that's going to work?
Yeah, there's a gateway. It's blockswap.incent.com, where you can just make a swap between the two blockchains. You can have a Waves token transferred to Ethereum blockchain, and then you can do the reverse.
But isn't that you have to trust this? Like, if a token already exists on Ethereum and another token, how do we make sure there's only 100 million and not 200 million, right? Like 100 million on Waves and 100 million on Ethereum, right?
You can track it. You can track it. You can track it, of course, because you can see how many tokens the gateway holds, and you can just do your math, actually. So it's all can be tracked on the blockchain, and it's pretty transparent. So probably it's not the perfect solution, because to do that properly, you need some kind of sidechain solution, interledger protocol. But it's in the works, I think, and we'll have it in some time. For now, you can transfer it to and from Ethereum or Waves.
So is this going to be, what is your opinion on Mobile Go? Because it's happening, it's the next ICO that's happening on Waves. And personally, I think it's going to be probably the largest ICO that's going to happen on Waves.
Probably, but we have a couple others coming.
Okay.
We have some pretty interesting ICO for a factory in Russia,
I guess what I'm asking is, do you have any opinion on the Mobile Go? Because Game Credits has done very well, and this is by the same team.
Yeah, no, the team, so they're working with Incent guys who are in Australia, and their product is actually ready. It's also not so directly related to crypto, as you know, they have gained credits, so they are not new people to crypto, but their product is a mobile marketplace app store for Android. So and it's a working thing. It works. So it's not a prototype. It's actually working. So it's a functioning business, and I think it's cool because usually have some kind of prototypes that are trying to do an SEO, and here we have a working system. So it's great. I think they can raise lots of money, and they are very experienced software developers, mobile and gaming developers. So I think it can be a big thing, really. So, and I like their approach. They want to work with, to be blockchain agnostic. They can work with Ethereum. They can work with Waves. I don't have any issues with working with Ethereum. It's cool because, for example, Vitalik was here like 10 days ago, and it's a great thing. So he's a great guy, and Ethereum is, they're leaders. So we have some different direction because there can be many directions. But of course, Ethereum is pretty cool. They have great ideas. So if someone is trying to do some kind of dual SEO, it's very cool. I'm all for it, guys. You're more than welcome to do that.
Okay. So Sasha, now that you guys are doing ICOs on the Waves platform, so the Waves platform and the Ethereum platform are the two major ones that we see that's doing where people are going there to do ICOs there. Do you see yourself, obviously you guys just started doing ICOs on your platform this year, towards the middle of this year, and Ethereum's been doing it since last year. Do you guys see yourself, getting to the point where it's going to be very competitive, where people are going to have to decide, new projects have to decide whether they want to do it on the Waves platform or the Ethereum platform? Is that your goal, is to become like the next Ethereum ICO launching platform, like Ethereum is? Or
yes. And we're starting a decentralized solution in Singapore also to make it compliant, because many projects are appearing now that are trying to attract real world business. So you're able to issue equity on blockchain. So we are trying to do the same. We're trying to work with regulators to.
Did he get cut off?
I think we.
Actually,
oh, okay. Did he get cut off? I think we lost Sasha here. Can you hear me, Ty?
Yeah, I hear you. I think we lost Sasha here.
Hey, Ty, I got to run here. It's I have an appointment I got to run to.
Yeah.
So I'll catch you guys later. All right.
Yeah. Hey, why don't you connect in from the phone? Just do audio only.
All right. I'll see if I'll see if I can do that. All right. All right, Ty.
Yeah. And so, hey, while we're trying to get, let me shoot this out to Sasha. I don't think he may not know that he got disconnected here, guys. Just give us a second here, and we'll reconnect with him. Bum, 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 bum. Let me see. Okay, can you hear us again, Sasha? Okay.
I'm back. So
just okay. So just real quick, we lost you like in the last couple minutes there, and then Leon had to run to an appointment, and so he's going to try to join us by audio if he can while he's on the move.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let me. What I was talking about.
So the question I was asking you is that, I noticed that you guys are doing a lot of new ICOs now on the Waves platform. Are you guys aiming to be, what Ethereum is for the ICO world, or can you talk about that?
Yeah, sure. So we're not focused exactly on ICOs because you have two working things in crypto now. It's money transfer and crowd investing.
Yeah.
So of course you need to work with that. But we want to offer some alternative way to Ethereum. Some different direction. Of course, Ethereum is cool. It's awesome. But there are some other ideas in cryptocurrency research that we want to pursue. For example, non-Turing complete contracts. Yes, you have Turing completeness in Ethereum, but you can do lots of things without Turing completeness. So you can have some kind of non-Turing complete language that can be used on blockchain and that can execute like 90% of what can be done in Ethereum. So that's what we are trying to pursue. We are trying to work on scalability. We're going to implement Bitcoin NG approach on proof of stake system. Before actually Bitcoin NG hasn't been implemented, it's an approach that allows you to use your resources better. So you can have like 1,000 transactions per, for example, per second. So it's doable, it's feasible. It can be done. Nice research about blockchain storage, blockchain state. So you don't have to store all the data in order to be able to verify transactions. So we are focused on research and on business. So, and there is some like convergence of these approaches that can move us in some different direction from Ethereum and probably will compete with Ethereum, of course. Yes. So ICOs are not our goal, of course. We just want to provide a way to do everything you need, including ICOs on our platform. Transfer value to crowd investing, everything. For example, voting, smart contracts, it all can be done and will be done on Waves blockchain.
Okay, so let me ask you this, like, for example, I was supposed to do an interview with the first ICO that you guys had, which was Incent, which was like a coupon or rebate project, you know, and we got hit with the hurricane here at the time that they were doing the ICO. So, you know, we scheduled back and forth, and we couldn't get the scheduling correct to be able to do an interview with the Incent guys, right? But do you feel, because like, one thing I noticed is that when people are doing their ICOs on the Waves platform, your team, the Waves team, is actually promoting it and advertising it and marketing it out to the world. Whereas when someone like when they do a ICO on the Ethereum blockchain, the Ethereum Foundation and Vitalik and them, they're not out there, you know, publicly pushing it or marketing it, you know. Do you feel that, is there a need to do that? Because when you do that, doesn't it seem like you guys are supporting that project? And then because, you know, people accuse us every time we talk about, you know, we got all these trolls, and every time we talk about a different project and a different cryptocurrency project, they accuse us of pumping it, right? So, I mean, we're so used to it by now, you know. It's like we can't talk about anything other than Bitcoin, you know. And you and I both agree that we don't know if Bitcoin's going to succeed, you know. So give every project a chance. But do you feel that by putting your name in the Waves reputation on top of the, you know, like Incent or Mobile Go or any of that, that you are endorsing it, and that you are encouraging people to invest into it? What happens if it turns out to be a poor team or a scam or something like that?
You know, if I happen to know the people who are doing the ICO, and if I trust them, if I believe in their project, I will say that I trust them, you know, so I won't conceal it in any way. So of course, if I know them, I won't pump any project if I don't know the people. So you can come to Waves ecosystem and launch your own ICO, and I wouldn't have any issues, but I won't promote it. But if I know the people, I know Instant guys, the project that I'm starting now, Mobile Go. I've seen Mobile Go founder, and I know, for example, another project like this manufacturing project in Russia. I know the people well, and I trust them fully. So I say, okay, guys, I know the guys, so I trust them. So I vouch for them in a way, of course. Yeah. So why Vitalik is not doing it? Because he's a more like researcher type of guy. Yeah, I'm not a researcher, although I'm a physicist by education, but I'm trying to combine all the things. So I'm more like a businessman now. It's not a problem. That's what I am. I'm a businessman. So I'm trying to do.
So you are not planning on promoting every ICO that's on your Waves platform. You're only gonna talk about the ones that you personally know of.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So if I know the people, if I believe them, so I should say that, okay, guys, they seem to be legit, and I probably can vouch for them in a way. So if I don't want to promote anything, because we're not like a promotional company. We're a technical company. We're creating a technical solution.
Okay. So speaking of promotional, right? So ever since you guys did an ICO last year, and you guys did it at the same time that the Lisk project did their ICO right around the same time last year, you know, and you guys raised, you know, way more money than they did. And they raised a lot of money too, don't get me wrong. But they didn't, you know, there's not been a lot of results with the Lisk project. And with you guys, you know, we've seen you guys, I mean, you guys are everywhere on the internet, you know, and there's always constant updates from your community. You even have a, speaking of promotion, you said you're a tech company and not a promotional company, but you guys have a Waves platform channel on YouTube, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You guys even have, you know, where you had the Lola Dabota. She was broadcasting for the cryptocurrency, and then later on she left, and then you had somebody else, another young lady, do the broadcast for you. What was the purpose of doing all that? Because one of the things that I noticed that when from an investor's perspective, right? I was wondering what the purpose of doing a cryptocurrency channel for. I mean, if you guys were doing video updates about, you know, if you were using the money that you raised from the public and you use it to broadcast about the updates about Waves, I can understand that. But why are you using that money to broadcast about other cryptocurrencies and the news? Why don't you leave that up to guys like us and guys like Omar or Adam Meister or the World Bitcoin Network? Why don't you leave it to the journalists to do that? Why start a channel, a cryptocurrency channel, to explain about cryptocurrencies for?
You might be right, actually. So actually, we don't have it any longer. So it's going to be relaunched in some other way. So why we had some additional stuff there, I don't know actually, because it's fitting. So you tell about Waves and tell about some like development. Because for example, I started a channel about cryptocurrency research on Telegram. So and I post some links there. So I just want to be, you know, in the loop to keep track of things. I think it's normal. So while we had this channel, we wanted to provide some updates because at certain stages we had a pretty slow development, and we want to, you know, to make sure that people know that we are working, that we are moving the system forward. And you have, of course, when you create a new innovative system, you run into different kinds of problems. So you can't launch, you know, an unfinished product because it's going to cost you dearly. So it was pretty slow at a certain point of our development, and I want to make sure people know that we're working. So we wanted to provide some kind of updates. But now we don't have this channel, and it's going to be relaunched in some other way. I don't know how, but we'll have some video updates soon again. And we are focusing on the new marketing strategy now. Once we have a product that can be used already, it's not finished completely, but it's usable. So we need to focus on marketing now, and we are like trying to create a new marketing policy for us now. So DEX is working properly. We have the fiat gateways, and we are starting heavy marketing, like social media, publications, offline events, everything. So it's time to promote heavily. That's what we're trying to do. And in this plan, we'll have also some kind of new video channel, so it's on the way too. And of course, we want to cooperate with all the journalists, because it's not our job, of course, and we cooperate with Cointelegraph, with other resources that provide the actual content for us now. So it's great. Let me move to another room because I'm running out of power on my laptop.
Okay.
Yeah. You can continue. Just
Okay. So you know, the other question that I constantly get from our viewers, right, is why isn't, you know, it's been over a year now. It's been a year since you guys did the ICO. You know, what happened? Why isn't it listed on Poloniex? Do you know? Have you guys made attempts to get it listed on Poloniex?
Nobody asked about it. Nobody asked me about that before. You know, you're the first guy who's asking me this.
You know, I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear you. I want to hear your thoughts, and then I want to share my thoughts on why Leon and I think that you guys are not listed on Poloniex.
It's like a black box, so I don't have any issues with them because, you know, waves could have cost much more at this stage, like, I don't know, 5 times as much, but or 10 times as much. But I don't care about that because we have our own exchange, and the growth is organic now. It's not a result. You probably understand that, like, all cryptocurrency markets are heavily manipulated now. So it's a fact, because I might sound a little blunt now, but it's true. It's true. So I don't feel that it's a big problem that we are not a Poloniex at this stage, because our growth is more organic. There's no manipulation, and we have our own thing, our own decentralized exchange where we can trade waves, and I think that we will provide more stable growth relative to what could have been if we had been listed at Poloniex.
Yeah, and so so Leon and I think that because you guys are building a decentralized exchange, that they won't list your tokens, the Waves tokens on there to be traded, because they don't want we feel that it's a direct conflict of interest. It's a direct conflict. It's competition, because they're not going to go list someone else's exchange on their service.
Mm-hmm. It might happen. It might be this way. So I don't know if our volume growth at Bittrex and this Decentralized exchange, they can list us. So I don't have complete understanding how they work, what their ideas are, what they want from the coins they list. So I've known them since years, as people know. So I've talked to them since 2 years. I had very many NXT assets listed there. They even had Fiat market, which is Tether market now. It was based on my token on Coino USD. So we were in a pretty close contact. So I don't quite get their direction, and many people are not happy with Polo. But I don't have any grudge against them, I must say. So it's their platform, whatever they want. So I wish them all the best, and probably at a certain stage, we'll still gonna cooperate.
Okay. So just to from a trading perspective, right? From a trading perspective, it seems like the price of Waves token has gone up. During the ICO, it was around in the low 30,000. I think it was worth about 35,000 satoshis, right? So in terms of bitcoins, it's almost about the same level. It hasn't gone up much. It hasn't gone down much, right? And then what do you think is the cause that's preventing the price from going up any higher? Because I mean, people have not really lost that much money on the Waves investment, but the price going up in terms of US dollars, the price of the Waves token is going up is only because the value of Bitcoins that you raise went up. So your book value, what you're holding on to, the 16,000 or whatever Bitcoins that you raised, that has gone up. So it looks like Waves has gone up in value, but really it's just the Bitcoins that you are holding went up in value. What do you think? Because you're putting out updates, you're doing all these things much more so than a lot of the other ICOs that happened at the same time last year. But why do you suppose that the price hasn't gone up very much since then? Not sure if you can hear me or not, or if you got disconnected. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, okay, fine, yeah. So, so it's a combination of factors. We had pretty slow development because we wanted to make sure that we don't have any issues with the mainnet. And, I think it was correct, because otherwise we could have bigger problems. Because price problem is not a problem. Actual problem is when your system gets broken. This is a real problem. And we haven't been listed at Poloniex, so it's a combination of things. But now we're launching the full thing. So on interest, we're launching many nice things. This centralized platform for private equity is going to be big. The centralized exchange is going to be big. Fiat tokens are going to be big. Features that we have, mining features, for example, mining on Waves platform is pretty profitable at this stage. You know, you can make like % on your Waves tokens monthly. So it's a nice thing. So it's like something what Dash offers. So we have the same. And very many things, you know, and it's all just starting. So we have the finished system. It's not finished in any way, but some parts of it are finished. So this is a moment when we can launch the actual growth of the system, and it will have its impact on the price, definitely. There is no doubt about that.
Okay, so just a few questions here from the audience about the master nodes or the nodes, the full nodes. Is that something that you can run from the light client, or do you have to download the full client to do that? Because like right now, I use the Chrome extension that you guys made. Does that, will it serve as a node if I just use the...
Yeah, exactly.
And so I just got to leave it on then.
Sure. Yeah, we have leasing. You can do it through the API for now, and next week we'll have it in the interface in the front end, so you can just simply lease your funds to the mining node, and it just uses your funds to mine, and it sends you the profits back. It shares the profits with you. So okay. I think it's a great. It enables normal people.
Yeah. So will you have something, you know, like on the NXT platform, there's a little green button light at the top that tells you when your wallet is forging or mining, and then will you have something like that on the light client so that people can see that? So they'll know that.
Oh, light client can't mine. It can just, you can just lease your funds to a miner, and the miner mines and sends you your share of the profits back. So that's how it works. So our light client is really light. So it can't mine, it just connects to a node that just helps him to interact with the network. So you're generating balance to a miner and just share the profits. It's a very simple setup, and you don't need to run a node. You need to run a node. In order to run a node, you need 10,000 waves for now. So it's like $5,000. It's much less than what you need in Dash. It's $50,000, but it's pretty much in any case. But you don't need to buy those 10,000 waves. You can just send it to a miner and share the profits with the miner.
Okay. And then is there a place that how many waves nodes do you guys have right now? Is there a place that lists it, like you know, like on coin.dance they show how many Bitcoin nodes there are, like 5,000 something Bitcoin nodes? How many waves nodes?
Yeah, it's around 900. Sorry, about 90 nodes, 90 full nodes, because you need to have 10,000 waves to mine. So we have close to 100 nodes.
Okay.
Yeah, I can share it on Slack. So everybody who's on Slack, who's on our Slack, know the link.
Okay, so I'm going to take a few questions here, just to spend a few minutes, take a few questions from the audience directly, Sasha, right? And then after that, we'll wrap it up, and you can, you know, just summarize what the Waves platform is about and what the future of you have for the Waves platform, and then we'll wrap it up from there. Okay, so let me just take a few questions here. The core media is doing a great job of answering a lot of the questions in the chat box as we are broadcasting, so I appreciate them doing that, right? So if you guys want to send in your questions, just state what city or what country you're coming from and what the question is, and I'll ask Sasha for you guys. Okay. So from the first one I see here is just starting from now, guys. I see Farouz M, and he says, what is the funding structure? What happens after the crowdfunding has run out? Who continues to develop the Waves platform? So you guys raised like 30,000 Bitcoins. Do you see that running out anytime soon? Because I don't. Me and Leon see that you guys have enough funding for probably over a decade.
Sure. Yeah, our burn rate is like, I don't know, usually it's less than 100,000 per month. Sometimes you have to pay for some legal fees. So on average, it's less than $100,000 per month. So
okay.
It can last for years, of course.
Okay, so how big is your staff, so that people know? How big is your engineering team or your entire staff, the Waves platform staff that's on your payroll?
Yeah, here we have 15 people, 15.
Okay.
People close to 15.
Okay, so like
we have marketing team is like 5 people. Here we have distributed marketing team. Some people are in Poland. For example, Core Media, Martin is in Poland. Guy Brandon is in UK. We have guys in China. So we have a distributed team. Also, we are having a dedicated team now who is working in another office. So there's like 4 or 5 people who are working on our marketing, and the engineering team is close to 15 people.
Okay, so
it's mainly,
just so that the investors know, right? The average, like, you know, leonfu.com, he's a senior software engineer, and you know the cost to you know, to have a senior level engineer like that on your team in the U.S. can range anywhere between like $140,000 US to $200,000 a year, right? For someone like Leon, you know, how much does it cost to have a senior software engineer in Russia, where you are at?
Yeah, close to $50,000 per year.
Okay,
something like that.
Okay, so about a third of the cost in the of the U.S. cost then.
Yeah, it's not so. It's not peanuts. It's a sizable amount, but
yeah.
You know,
okay. So next question is, what percentage do you get on your waves mining? From Edward Carrier. You say it was 7%, right?
Yeah, I calculated yesterday. So for now, at the moment, you get like 1% monthly, I think. Yeah. So it's cool. It's pretty cool because we incentivize the miners around 1%, and some VPS, some virtual server, and you're good to go. So it will cost you like per month to run the virtual server and 10,000 waves to do the actual mining. So it's very neat. It's really cool, I think. You don't need to buy any hardware. You don't need to invest lots of money. It's pretty cool.
Okay. So we have a question from Dean H. He asked, when is the marketing campaign scheduled to begin?
Yeah, it's beginning, guys. It's on the way. So we have lots of Facebook advertisement now. We'll have probably signature campaign on Bitcoin Talk again, because I think it's a nice thing. And yeah, it's starting, because just check what we have. We updated our front end today, not the plugin, but the web interface. So the DEX looks like we need to add some features and charting, and so it looks like Bittrex or Bitfinex or any other exchange. And the marketing grows, and when we have a very nice front end, we can, you know, really have a marketing campaign. So it's coming, and it's on the way already. We have a good marketing now. Facebook, it's all on the way.
Okay, so the question from Jeb Falgren, he asked, you know, out of those 30,000 Bitcoins that you raised during the ICO, how much of it is left? And the core media response is that, you know, you use 1,000 Bitcoins for the buy wall that you had mentioned, that you were going to buy up anything that falls below 30,000 Satoshis. And then 4,000 to 5,000 Bitcoins was exchanged to fiat after the ICO to pay for expenses. And so according to Core Media, they said that you guys have about 23,500 Bitcoins left. Can you confirm that, or?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. So we've changed close to 5,000. So I have to look it up, but it's around 5,000 Bitcoins. Yeah, have been exchanged to fiat. All the rest is in cold wallets. So
okay,
you know, you can't use those money, you know, to pump the price or money at this stage. It's about the technology, and if you have $1 billion, you won't do much more than you could do with $1 million. You know, this is the thing. So money, marketing, to have a marketing or some technical developments at later stages.
Okay, and Way Weary asked, are you going to add the two-factor authentication to the Lite client?
Yeah, we need to do that. Yeah, it's on the way. Yes, because we wanted to do it On the backend level, it was done, but then we found an attack, we found a bug in the architecture, and we didn't release it. So it's pretty complicated to do it proper to fail blockchain. Another solution would be a centralized one. For example, you can use Google Authenticator, but we still hope to have a decentralized solution. So if we don't have it, probably we can just add Google Authenticator. So it's cool because it's not decentralized, but it's still working. So it then can be done pretty fast.
Yeah, so that question about the two-factor authentication came from Wayweary in Gothenburg, Sweden. Okay, so we have another question here from Name Surname from Strasbourg, France. And he asked, is the Waves platform quantum proof? I guess he means against quantum computers. I'm not sure.
Yeah, not quantum, no, but because quantum cryptography is just developing, so you can't have really working things now with quantum cryptography. But quantum computers are not going to arrive in like a year. They're going to be there, if at all, in 10 years. If you watch quantum computing closely, you understand that there are no working things as of now. So they're going to be there. I have my doubts because I'm a physicist and I always have doubts about the whole approach. So it should work, but it will take years to be properly done.
Okay, Hindi Valentino asked, is there any step-by-step tutorial to set up the full node?
Absolutely, yeah, you can find it on our GitHub, on our Slack. I invite everybody to our Slack. There's like 3,500 people there now. So, and you can ask for help anytime, and someone is going to help you always. So because you have very many people online at all times.
Okay, all right. And then Rick Stefanovsky asked, what language will the Waves smart contracts be written in?
It's going to be a custom language because we need to develop a new approach. It's not Turing complete, so it's going to be some kind of a Sigma protocol language, so-called Sigma protocol, and it's going to be a new language actually. So and we'll start implementing certain features pretty soon. So we'll have multi-signature, for example. Then we have crowdfunding, escrow, and we'll add features with time. So we won't release them at once. We will release certain features at certain times. First, probably is going to be multi-signature, crowdfunding, like that, and then we'll develop a more complete language in future.
Okay, and then this question keeps coming up. Is that can you talk about the matcher? What is that?
What?
The matcher.
What that?
The matcher, the feature that's on the Waves. That's asked.
Can you spell it like
Okay, maybe it's something else. We'll skip that then.
Yeah.
Let me see. All right. As the questions are coming in, all right. So we've gone past an hour already. Just so that in case, I know that you explained what the Waves platform was, a year ago when we first interviewed you. Can you just summarize real quick for new users or new people that's, it's been a year now, so new people that are coming to cryptocurrency. Can you just summarize what the Waves platform is, what it's for, and who it's for to use, and then talk about the things that's coming up later this year and in the future so that people know what it is?
Yeah, so we are trying to adoption, and we are focusing on some platform that can offer to normal people, to normal businesses, opportunities that have not been offered to them before. So you need to be able to issue your token in 2 clicks. You need to do an ICO in an easy way without some fancy contracts. So we want to really target normal people, normal business. So this is what we are trying to do. We've gone through 1 year of development. We made some mistakes because we had probably better contact to our community, better understand what we are doing, but we are done and how it should be done properly. We are focusing on real business, on scalability, on working open blockchains. Can be Ethereum,
Okay, I think you got cut off again, Sasha.
System.
Okay, so I'm not sure he got cut off right there. So I'm going to read out some of these questions here and some of the answers that Core Media is providing just so that it's on video, because once we cut this off, the questions will not be available. So Johal 425 asks, is there a super block reward for proposals with the master nodes and how much? And Core Media responded that no, we aren't after the master nodes. Leasing is temporary before the proof of stake MG hits the stage. There will be no delegates there. Okay, so
There's some problem again. So
yeah, hey, can you start all over and just summarize what the Waves platform is and the future development?
Yeah. So guys, we want to have a business ready, production ready solution which uses blockchain based on open blockchains. So you should be able to do an ICO, to issue your token in an easy way. It should be understandable for everybody, not for geeks, not for freaks, but for normal people. And at the same time, we want to, sophisticated and really scalable, really robust against attacks. So we are working on a system for everybody, on an open blockchain solution for real world, for real business. So in this year, what we're gonna do, we're gonna have our DEX ready. So it's gonna look fine, it's gonna work properly, it's gonna have an interface close to normal trading interfaces. We're gonna have a legal scheme for crowdfunding, for crowd investing. What we are working, that's what we are working on now. We're going to have probably Switzerland Foundation for Waves, and we'll attract more people, more advisors, more researchers. Here in Russia, I'm starting some kind of cryptocurrency research institute that is going to work with academics who can help us with our research. So very many things are going on. We'll have a conference here in May in Moscow, so everybody is welcome. It's on 27th of May. We'll have a major conference here, and everybody is welcome to visit our office. And some people came this weekend. We had a conference a couple days ago. Some people came to visit us, and everybody is welcome to visit us here in May. So we'll have a special Waves event, and we'll have a general event, general cryptocurrency event. So what will come in this year? DEX, properly registered, legally compliant platform for private equity on blockchain. We'll have smart contracts by the end of the year in some way or another. We'll have Bitcoin NG implemented in Waves, so we'll have a very high throughput until the end of the year. We'll have some solutions for scalability, which has already been researched. It's like authenticated dictionaries. We have an article about that. We have a complete research. We just need to implement that. So by the end of the year, we'll have a complete system with smart contracts, fiat tokens, decentralized exchange, and on top of that, we'll offer some legal solution for crowd investing. And I think it's going to be a closed system which doesn't require any other parties to be viable to offer value. So that's what we are trying to create. We're trying to create a closed system where you can have everything you need. So, and we'll have it probably, hopefully, by the end of this year.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I don't see any other questions that need to be answered because Core Media answered most of the questions on here already. So I just want to say thanks, for coming on, Sasha, and updating everyone, on this 1-year anniversary update. And I'll look forward to hearing back from you again, as soon as we have more updates.
just invite me. I'll be happy
Yeah.
to be there. Thank you, Ty. It was
Yeah,
nice to see
and
you.
sorry about all the misscheduling that and I just want to be make it announce it to everyone that it was our fault on our side that we missed the scheduling like maybe half a dozen times since last year. So it's not the Waves team's fault. It's we just things didn't always line up on the schedule. So I'm glad we finally got to have you back on so you can update the community, because we've been getting a lot of questions from everyone. So thanks, and this will conclude the broadcast here with in the 1-year anniversary update with Sasha Ivanov, the founder of the Waves platform, and this will conclude the broadcast. Thank you, Sasha.
Thank you, guys. See you later. See you on Slack and everywhere else. Bye.